Welcome to everybody. Welcome to MIT, the home of student-driven innovation entrepreneurship. My name, and nobody does it better. My name is Bill Aulet. I am very fortunate to be the managing director of the Martin Trust Center for MIT Entrepreneurship, and that is the home of Delta V. And let me tell you, I love today. Today is my favorite day of the entire year. It's kind of like, if you're a sports fan, the Patriots winning the Super Bowl, and the same day, the Red Sox winning the World Series, and the same day, the Celtics winning the NBA championship. Boston, the city of champions. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about MIT, and we're talking about entrepreneurship, and we're talking about catching your breath. What happens the next 2 hours, to me, is so beautiful, because it's the culmination of what happens at MIT in the field of entrepreneurship. There's so many different things going on. But today you're going to see the best of the best, the result of all those different pods. And what they're going to show you in the next 2 hours is incredible. It's within the context of what goes on at MIT, which is we build knowledge in science and engineering and technology. And then what we do is we take that knowledge and we impact the world. The greatest challenges, including catching your breath. So how do we do that? We do that in a unique way by not just doing science and technology and engineering, but we do it by incorporating design, understanding how it affects humans. We do it through the management of the Sloan School of Management. We do it through entrepreneurship, which is not just managing things, but creating new things. And MIT is really, really good at combining all these things. So I want to just have 3 key points for today, and then I want to get to the program. The first point is, this is a celebration. And the second point I'm going to make is, this is a motivation, inspiration. And the last thing is, this is representation. And let me just go through those quickly. What today you're going to see is the best of the best. 2,000 plus people go in and enter MIT and get involved in entrepreneurship. We're hoping to increase that number. But today you're going to see the 100 best of those. They are the Navy SEALs of entrepreneurship here. They set out 1 year ago when they were sitting in your seat and said, I want to be on that stage. And then they took the classes, they did the competitions. They went on that journey down a road with lots of bumps, lots of dead end, and lots of failure. But as you saw here, they kept going. And those things didn't bother them. They made them stronger. And at the end of this journey of inspiration that started with T=0 here, they then went to explored in classes, short classes. They did more extensive classes, then they did extracurricular and co-curricular activities. They were selected to join the Delta V program, which for 3 months, June, July, and August, takes you in a fully immersive environment to learn how to become an entrepreneur. And they made more progress in those 3 months than you could in 4 years by taking 5 classes and one of them being entrepreneurship. So we are so proud today, and that's what we're celebrating. They are graduating, and they have achieved what we call escape velocity. And if you're an engineer from Harvard, this is what you've been trained to do. Create PowerPoint slides. That's my engineering degree. Can you believe they're clapping for that? But anyway, you should celebrate these people, and you should save the program you have, because the people in this program are going to do amazing things. Jamie Goldstein was just talking to me before we got up here, and he said, you know, Freddie Karras now, his company's worth $14 billion. That's right. PillPack was started, and it was sold for over $1 billion. But it's not just about the money. It's about the way they impact the world, changing, agriculture, changing healthcare, changing urban environments. And that's what we're here to celebrate. Those 100 people who are entrepreneurs that will change the world and set a gold standard. But it's not just about those people. It's about you new students that are in the room, because we need you to be motivated, and you have to believe that you can be up on this stage, because you can be up on this stage next year. That's where they were 1 year ago. So hopefully today you'll be inspired. And then there's infinite amount of resources for you here at MIT. But I'm going to make it simple for you. One thing every student should do here is you should go to the Apple App Store, and you should download the MIT Orbit app. It will be your window into everything that's going on in entrepreneurship at MIT. The second thing is, we're going to show you, and you can look in your program, you should go to t0.mit.edu, and you'll see all the activities that you can do in the next 7 days to get involved. You know, entrepreneurship is not just looking at digital things on your phone. It's actually meeting this carbon-based life form called humans and working together. And that's what the T=0 Festival will get you going. And the last thing I would tell you is sign up for the newsletter. Take the motivation, inspiration you see today and get moving, because every MIT student knows Newton's first law of motion: a body at rest will remain at rest. A body in motion will continue in motion. So we want to get you moving, and then it will be much easier. The last thing I want to just say is representation. We are so proud as to what these students represent. And I just want to take a second to go back to what MIT is about. We show off these people all the time, and the chairman of MIT is here, and we are so proud to do that. And because what MIT is about is not about philosophy. It's not about knowledge for knowledge's sake. Sure, we come up with knowledge, but when you look at the logo and the motto of MIT, it's mind, mens et manus, mind and hand. And there's the thinker, but there's a steel worker with equal status right next to him. So it's not enough to think about things. You have to make it real. Concepts don't win here. You know, ideas don't win. It's impact that wins. So every single one of these students that went through the program had to go through the battle to say, that made sense, but when they put it in the real world to get validation, they found out it wasn't quite like that. And then they had to figure out, how do we make this real? And every single one of these people up here today made it real. And that's what's important, and that's the essence of MIT. So it's real technology, it's real customers, it's real products, it's real companies, it's real financials, it's real entrepreneurs, and that's what we're about. So how this is going to work, first of all, you're going to see 11 teams in 6 minutes. 6 minutes is a short time, but they have been trained and they've been working on this, and they're going to tell you their story in that time period. Then we're going to have Governor Charlie Baker, who's been a huge supporter of MIT and entrepreneurship, and he's going to say a few words and talk about his experience with teams out of MIT. And then we have a 15-minute intermission so you can get your brain back together. And then you're going to come back and hear from one of the teams that graduated in 2017, BioBot Analytics, working on a very fundamental problem, that is the opioid crisis. And they're going to talk about how they've made an impact on that. And then we're going to have the final 12 teams, and then we're going to wrap up, and there's going to be a reception where you can all meet the entrepreneurs, and you can open up your wallets or just directly wire money to them through Venmo or whatever you'd like. The teams really like that. The rest of the audience wasn't so enthusiastic about that. Anyway, so I want to welcome everybody here. It's great to see a full house. It always kind of blows my mind, but I also say I welcome there's thousands of people as well online who are watching this. We welcome you. Hopefully you enjoy the show. I'll be back to thank people later, and we'll wrap up at the end, but let me waste no more time. Let the show begin.